Okay, let's jump right into this explainer, because today we're looking at a concept that absolutely flips how businesses should handle customer cancellations. Usually, a departing customer is seen as this battle to be won. But what if fighting to save a churning customer is actually destroying your business from the inside out? Today, we're unpacking a retention blueprint that completely re-engineers how we think about customer success. It's a real game changer. Here's our agenda for today. We've got 1. The front-end growth trap. 2. The neuroscience of customer churn. 3. The frictionless exit strategy. 4. The 4-step retention matrix. And 5. Protecting your bottom line. Let's get right to it.
All right, Section 1, the front-end growth trap.
So most businesses are facing this massive operational imbalance. Think of premium voltage. This is when companies are pouring just immense energy and cash into acquiring new customers. But then on the flip side, there's structural line loss. This is the massive leak happening right as customers walk out the door. We're putting all of our effort into getting people in and basically ignoring the broken pipes that are letting them slip right out.
And here's the thing. When you react to customer churn by throwing up high-friction hurdles, like forcing them to call a retention specialist just to cancel, your entire business vehicle just crashes into a wall. You aren't actually saving the customer here. You're really just breaking the fluid mechanics of your own operation.
Which brings us to Section 2, the neuroscience of customer churn. To really understand why those manual interventions fail, we have to look at the brain. When a client hits friction, like a maze-like cancellation process, a very specific part of the brain called the anterior insular cortex takes over. And this triggers a literal biological threat response. It's exactly that visceral disgust you feel when a cable company puts you on hold for an hour, right? The customer isn't just annoyed anymore, their biology is actively resisting you.
Clinical data describes this reaction perfectly. If your cancellation protocol forces a customer into a real-time manual persuasion call, the insular cortex threat landscape overclocks. Think about that. You are literally sending your customer's brain into overdrive, forcing it into a full-blown fight-or-flight battle against your company.
So, what's the fallout? This high-friction exit triggers a massive cortisol spike. It's pure stress. And this manifests as active operational resistance against your enterprise. The end result? Intense reputational fallout. You are essentially paying a massive brand tax just because you tried to trap a customer into staying. No way that's a good strategy.
All right, Section 3, the frictionless exit strategy.
Let's compare the two approaches. Those high-friction off-ramps we just talked about, they spike cortisol and cause reputational damage. But if you deploy a frictionless, self-service cancellation loop, you immediately drop the user's defensive stress spike. By simply letting people walk out the open door easily, you remove those psychological barriers completely.
And why does this matter so much? Because when you drop those defenses, you gain something incredibly valuable, which is clear, uncompromised exit data. You get the exact pristine truth about why they're actually leaving. And honestly, you could never get that from a furious, high-cortisol customer who's feeling trapped on a phone call.
That data is absolutely the ultimate prize. With that clear feedback, your system architecture can actually self-correct. You can use that pristine data to re-engineer the core product for all the customers who are still in your system. Basically, you're fixing the leak at its source, rather than just trying to plug it with your finger.
Moving on to Section 4, the 4-step retention matrix.
Okay, first, we need a massive mindset shift. High-growth companies completely obsess over onboarding, but they tend to treat offboarding like a low-priority administrative chore. To stop the bleeding, offboarding actually needs to become an automated, programmatic review gate built right into your standard delivery process. Implementing this requires a really disciplined, data-driven sequence. The blueprint outlines 4 exact steps: friction audit mapping, exit valve diversification, automated retargeting calibration, and shared margin ownership. Let's break down exactly how these fit together.
Step 1 is friction audit mapping. You've got to measure the exact timeline and the exact number of hoops a client has to jump through before they actually get what they paid for. Because frankly, you can't fix friction if you don't know exactly where your clients are stumbling in the first place. Step 2 is exit valve diversification. This is where you literally rip up the old playbook. You replace those high-friction human retention managers with clear, automated, low-resistance exit options. You're intentionally giving customers a smooth way out without engaging in a battle.
Now, step 3 is automated retargeting calibration.
Because you've implemented those low-resistance exits, you're finally collecting pristine exit data. So you set up strict system rules that feed this data straight back to your product engineers. The feedback loop is closed, and the product improves automatically based on the actual, real reasons people are leaving.
Finally, Section 5, protecting your bottom line.
This brings us to the final step of the matrix, shared margin ownership. You must force your fulfillment and customer success teams to take direct accountability for churn percentages. Retention cannot just be a marketing problem anymore. The people actually delivering the service must own the margin optimization.
And by fixing this structural leak at the exit node, you fundamentally protect the most critical ratio in your business, LTV to CAC. That is, your long-term lifetime value compared to your customer acquisition cost. When you use frictionless retention, you stop wasting the massive energy you spent acquiring the customer in the first place, allowing your lifetime value to finally soar.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really crucial question to ask yourself today as you audit your own business systems. Look at your offboarding process. Are your exit nodes protecting your revenue by yielding pristine data to improve your product? Or are they just driving up your customers' cortisol and damaging your reputation? It might just be time to lower the friction and start fixing the flow.